Didn't bring my patrol car around, okay?
Okay,
So
that's fine. Can I sit down, sir?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, again, I'm not a threat to you guys.
Look, man, you have been respectful. You're not being rude.
Okay.
All
Well,
right, I just want to let you know that, but I mean.
okay. Well,
right.
may I ask you this? May I smoke a cigarette? Will you uncuff me? I'm not going anywhere. You guys know who I am already.
Once we're done.
Okay. You guys,
if you don't mind.
I mean, I understand. Hey, you.
I'd rather get the business out of the way, and then.
You've detained me. I'm going to do what you've asked. I'm not disputing your authority. And in honesty, if I had walked up here and I saw that authorized personnel only sign, I would have never walked back there. But that's not the way I walked up there. And your cameras will show that, and I'm going to bring that up with your city hall.
Please do. Please.
I will. And again, it's not, you guys put that sign there for a reason. I'm not disputing that. That's a valid sign. If someone drove past here, they would see it. But I'm a visitor to your town, sir. I came out here, I filmed your police, my video, which you'll see it on YouTube. You guys follow us. Your fusion centers tell you guys who I am. That's why I said you guys know who I am.
I don't.
You
I honestly don't.
You don't, because I don't operate in this area, so the fusion center doesn't hit you guys with my profile. They will shortly. They'll be like, hey, you guys, that's the homeless hippie, what the fuck, why'd you do this, you know you shouldn't have. Either way, it doesn't matter. You guys are doing what you believe is right. All I'm saying is, if I had seen that sign, I'd have never walked back there. It's like when I introduced myself to your officer, he didn't see me. I said, how you doing, officer? If I knew I was breaking the law, do you think I'd have...
I'm sure you scared the crap out of him, too.
It may have. I was actually surprised. I was like, wow, they have a prisoner released back here. Why don't they have this marked as a restricted area? Most areas that are restricted are clearly marked. And again, like I said, I'm not trying to give you guys grief, but the whole point about IDing is that unless I'm lawfully under arrest, I'm not required to ID. Okay? I'm not going there with you guys. He says we can arrest you for trespassing. You can, it'll get beaten for it. We both know that, but I'm not going there. That's not why I do this. It's not going to do me any good. It's not going to do your city any good for me to beat it in court and to prove a silly issue. What helps me is when I come and I talk to your city council and I say, hey guys, they have a good point. However, if a person walks up on your property and they walk on the sidewalk, which is what I did, and they see the video and they'll go, wow, he has a point. We need to put other signs up. Because again, if someone drove in here...
And I invite you, please do that.
No,
please go to our city council.
This is why I do what I do. This isn't about embarrassing police officers, and that's why I said, I'll turn off my camera if you're uncomfortable. I'd rather have a discussion so that things like this don't happen, to prevent it. That's what I'm about. A lot of other people, they're rude and nasty. You guys have a local guy out here. He's always polite with you guys. You may have run into him, maybe not. He calls himself Desert Goat. You may know him by his real name.
I've never met him personally, but I've heard of him.
But you've heard of him because, you know, they let you guys know, hey, this guy does this. And they're, you know, again, he's one of the nicer guys who do what people like myself do. When I say that, he's not aggressive or rude. He's not, you know, no, F you, I know the law. You see, I've done this for a long time, and trust me, he's run me. He's going, oh my God, this guy has 8 criminal fucking trespass arrests. Guess how many convictions I have? 0. There's a reason for that. And again, you guys criminally trespass me, I'm not coming back to your property. I will come back and talk to your city hall, and I will discuss that. I'm like, hey, it's not about, again, as soon as he told me I needed to leave, I'm like, I'm walking off. No problem. Just please show me the sign so I know where it's at.
Right. I do appreciate that.
And again, you know, that's the difference, though. I understand his concern, too. He's like, I want to know who you are, but that's just it. I don't have to identify you. I didn't break a law here. You guys are going to push this. I get that. Again, why rights activists, we need to be out here pushing things like this. It's like, hey, you know, I'm sitting in cuffs. You had the right to detain me. He had the right to detain me back there. But, you know, he's like, okay, I'll walk over and show you the sign. And he's like, you know, okay, well, if I show you the sign, will you give me your ID? And I'm like, if the sign had been over here, where I had passed it and just didn't observe it, I would have said, hey, you're absolutely right. I'm sorry. I didn't see it. And I'd have given him my ID. But it wasn't where I could see it. And so there's no way that a person walking from that sidewalk can physically see that sign. There's no physical possible way for them to do that. My video will show that and it'll prove it. And so again, when your lieutenant's like, well, we will arrest you, and I'm like, you can do that and you can get away with it. It won't hold up in court, but why am I going to do that? You see what I'm saying? I mean, is it really worth it for me to push that and sue your city?
It could be a waste of time on both sides, though.
It is, but there's people like me who do this for money, not for the principle.
You'd be the LP you were
And
breaking
I sue for that. I'm not one of those guys. There are people out there who do it.
Foxtrot.
And that's when I said, you guys know who I am, I just assumed that because the Fusion Center has posted out all the way out to Bernie. They're like, shit, the homeless hippie is going out your direction. He's going out here this way. I mean,
is that your YouTube name?
No, I'm sorry. That's what the local police down and where I normally operate call me. That's the nickname that they call me. I never took offense to it. So I heard it once or twice, and I'm like, yeah, you can call me the homeless hippie. And they're like, oh, you know about that? I'm like, I have access to the same reports that you guys do. Not all of them in the Fusion Center, but, they send them to every department, and officers, they talk. They're like, oh, you're the homeless hippie. Oh, I'm sorry, that's offensive. I'm like, hey, it doesn't offend me. You guys can call me whatever. It's like when he's asking how to pronounce my last name. I can tell him, but it doesn't matter. The spelling's right. That's all that matters to me. And like I said, they call me the homeless hippie. They call me a bunch of other things.
Oh, we usually do that just so we can get it right.
No,
I know some people get offended when you say their name wrong.
That's why, I try to be polite about that. But my last name and my first name, too, are mistaken all the time. I mean, it's an unusual first name. It's a German last name. He's like Rice, and I'm like, I've been called Rice, Riaz, Ruiz, everything. And, I'm like, hey, it doesn't matter to me. And again, I'm like, okay, he's running me now. And like I said, he's like, oh my God, look at all these arrests this guy has. And again, it's all activism stuff. I don't make money off this. Some people who do what I do, they do it for the money. I don't make a dime off of the YouTube channel. I don't need to. I'm a disabled or retired military veteran. That's how I make my money.
Thank you for your service, by the way.
Appreciate that. I do what I do because, again, like I said, your lieutenant's right. That sign's there. I'm also right, and he should have recognized that and said, hey, you're right. Let's not push this. We're going to let you go, but will you please ID versus you will ID or we'll arrest you. And that is a issue that, again,
Are you still homeless? Are you still homeless, or do you currently have an address?
See what I'm talking about? He's like, are you homeless? How do you have it that I'm homeless?
It says on your information, that's why.
Okay, well, whatever they have it listed as.
Preferably your actual address in case we need to mail you something.
You won't need to mail me anything, but if you do, I'll give you my email address.
Okay, well,
they call me the homeless hippie for a reason.
Okay.
I mean, that's why, I'm like, okay, that's fine.
You can get them out of food.
Okay.
They're up 11.
Yes, sir.
Up 11, go ahead.
See all those rests on there?
The arrests?
Yeah, you see all those?
I didn't really pay attention to that part.
Yeah.
Why
you
is
see,
it?
you see how many convictions? Zero. No, I'm not just
Yes, sir.
letting
Just
you
be advised. You need a crash, no injuries.
And I'm not trying to be rude to you. I understand why you want to identify me.
Right.
But, and again, as I told them, I'm going to address this with the city council. If you need to contact me, I'm going to give you my contact information.
Okay, I appreciate it.
It's my name at gmail.com.
Oh, okay. Your name at Gmail.
That is correct.
I appreciate it. Okay. So if I can just get your signature right here, sir. Just stating that you're aware you're being trespassed from the location. Okay.
What I'm going to ask, I'm visually impaired. I have my glasses. I'm going to lower my glasses.
Okay.
If I'm not able to read it, I'm going to ask you to read it while I record it. Okay. So, I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but I don't sign things that I can't see.
Yeah, no, of course.
Okay. This 402 South Seguin.
That's the address.
Okay. Does this include your city hall?
No, it does
Okay,
not.
Where's your city hall located?
Over there.
Okay, so I can go over to that property there.
You should be.
And I will be going to that property. I mean, that's why I'm asking. I don't want to sign this and then, you know, have an issue.
Yeah.
So if I go to that property, where do I park? I'm not from
if
your
you're going
city.
to that, if you're going to that property, see if you have any services that you need, go ahead and park right here. Go handle it. We don't have an issue.
Okay, but this is this property.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? If
Yeah.
I come here, so if you will just put under there, just right in there, may park to go to City Hall, because again, I know why I'm doing
Yeah,
this.
no, I get you, but I think everybody understands that if you have legal reason to be at the City Hall to do anything, you should be able to, no problems, no issues, okay?
Okay, where I'm getting at, if you don't put that specifically on
I'll
this.
put not including City Hall. That's
Okay,
fine.
thank you. The reason I'm saying this, and I'm going to tell you,